for all.
Thank you all very much. All right, let's get this started. Madam Tony, would you call roll, please?
Chairman Brian Griffith.
Here.
Vice Chairman Louis Ortell.
Here.
Treasurer Mark Bisecker.
Here.
Commissioner Arlen Griffey.
Here.
And Commissioner Eric Nolan.
Here.
Thank you.
Please let it be noted all 5 members are in attendance.
Oh, wow.
So, we all, of course, received the agenda for approval with one amendment, which asks for a complete remake of the original agenda, unless there is any other amendments, which I believe there is one, correct? The amend, so the requested staff agenda by discussion with the city is to amend the agenda to add motion 9.1 in new business, and that would be a motion to discuss, approve the City of Diamond Head's request that the Diamond Head Water and Sewer District waive the fees associated with the installation of new water meter that will service the city park once constructed. With that amendment, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Attell motions, Commissioner Griffey seconds. All in favor of approval of action,
Aye.
aye, and that motion is carried unanimously. Thank you. That moves us into the public comment period and acknowledge time for public hearing comments related to the rate study and budget as presented on August the 14th, 2025. Do we have anyone prepared to come to the microphone?
I have not received any requests to speak.
All right. And we'll carry on, noting that there are no public comment requests this evening. Moving us to item 4, motion to approve the minutes of our last regular meeting of August the 28th. Again, pre-submitted to all the commissioners for prior review. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Griffey and a second by Commissioner Nolan. All in favor of approval of action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and it carries. Leading us to the Executive Director's report.
Thank you, sir. We'll start with the construction projects. The water main replacement phase 4 project is advertised to bid currently. Lift station number 3 force main replacement project has been awarded to bottom top construction, and we expect the notice to proceed next week following a meeting that we've scheduled with them and the engineers. Basin 3 sewer improvement project should advertise in the next week or so. We have no abandonment of easement request this meeting. The Water Tower 1 paint issue project bids were reviewed, and legal counsel has advised we need to do some other things, and we'll follow up with that in the next week or so.
What do we have to do, sir?
We have to file a.
Is that for discussion here or in some other
It can
form?
be,
Okay.
yes. Yeah, it's a claim, a notice to the bond company for the previous contractor before we proceed with the current bid.
And that keeps our avenues open for the previous contractor, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
And on the fluoride discontinuation subject, Mississippi Department of Health officials are present tonight, and we'll have a presentation following this report. The highlights for the maintenance department have been 1 sewer service investigation, 2 sewer service repairs, 1 water service line repair, 4 after-hours responses, 3 were water, 1 sewer, 2 sewer cleanouts were installed, 17 castings were installed, 41 hydrants have been painted, and 1 new water sewer connection installed. Some other items on the water system hydraulic modeling. Digital engineering is still in progress of performing that model for us, or a new model. The Preserve Phase 2 subdivision is under construction. They're still working on streets and drainage from what we can tell. And Diamond Head Lakes Phase 2, I haven't seen any activity, but they've been approved for a while now. Mauna Kea Townhomes is under construction. The city has a couple of projects active. Coon Branch Drainage Project and the Calipacona Pond dredging is nearly complete for those guys. We have nothing new to report on the MDOT situation. For us, pretty much. I mean, they're going ahead with the wall, as you can probably see, and when they get up the hill towards our water main, we'll be watching. But the pilings are all set, as far as I know. They still haven't done the bridge that we discussed before, the foundation bridge. So we'll be watching that. And the next regular board meeting is scheduled for October 9th, 4 o'clock.
Thank you, David. Questions among the commissioners for David on that report?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Just one, so just for clarification from my memory, that wall's coming all the way to the exit?
It's coming all the way up behind Rouse's.
That is, it's been a long time since walls like that were built, especially.
Yeah,
in,
that's an acoustic wall, correct? Or is
used to
that?
be- Used to be an
Sound barrier.
EPA program, noise abatement program.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Say again?
Still is.
Still is?
Who's
Yeah.
paying for that wall? Is that city of Diamond Head or
You
is it?
are.
Well, which pocket are they, is it coming from my state pocket?
No, it's
or
state,
my-
it's MDOT, it's,
Yeah.
I assume it's probably attached to some of the federal dollars that came down.
I heard it was federal project, that's where I
Roads
was
and
fishing
bridges
for.
And water and sewer infrastructure, which
Yeah.
water and sewer hadn't seen any of yet, so we're still digging in that, trying to get some, but,
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, David.
yeah, welcome.
All right. That turns us over then to the Mississippi Department of Health Bureau of Public Water Supply presentation regarding the discontinuation of fluoride. Please, and please tell us who you are as you step up.
Sure. My name is Karen Walters, and I'm with the State Health Department, as you just mentioned, and I'm with the Bureau of Public Water Supply. So I work with Wendy Farrell, who does your annual inspection and
Mhm.
approves plans and specifications for anything that comes up with the city down here. And go ahead.
My name is Ariel Winstead. I am at the Office of Oral Health at the Health Department. I'm a regional oral health consultant that serves the coastal region.
Thank you. All right, well, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate your having us here. It's got a beautiful city, that's great. Your facilities are great here, and we thank you for allowing us to come.
Certainly.
The oral health program and the Bureau of Public Water Supply work together, and we support the State Board of Health. And our board members are strong, advocates that believe the community water fluoridation is a good thing. It's not a mandate. There is a regulation that says if you're over a certain population and funds are available, you're supposed to do it. And it used to be that we had a grant program where we were able to help water systems install, and it even paid for the chemicals for the first year or two, I believe. That money has dried up. Those grant programs are not in existence right now with the State Department of Health. During COVID, we had a lot of water systems that were unable to get the fluoride product, or they were unable to afford it in the instances where it was available. And as y'all recognize, running a business, the price of fluoride has doubled or even tripled, again, when you can find it. And certain types of fluoride are even getting very difficult to obtain. So we acknowledge that you're in charge of running this business, this city, and that you're in charge of the public works and the drinking water being, the one that we're most interested in. You've expressed interest and, the desire to discontinue. There's a policy that we have. I believe y'all are aware of the public notice requirements. This is really just a formality because I believe that y'all have pretty much decided that you don't want to participate in this. But we do want to just, point out a couple of things, mainly the oral health side of things, of, the benefits of that. But we do believe, in spite of the political aspects that have been made very well known in the last several months, that we do believe when it is installed and operated properly, we do believe there are benefits to that. And again, we're supporting what the Board of Health, supports. So do y'all have any questions on the drinking water side of that would be, of somewhat, I guess, a technical side? I can't go too deep. I'm not an engineer like Wendy, but we would get you those answers. If there's anything that we can answer related to, why you're using it, how you're using it, or the process itself on the actual physical side of the components.
I'll let the commissioners independently ask you questions. I have a few.
Okay.
To kind of summarize them.
No.
But Commissioner
No
Miller,
questions.
Commissioner Tell,
None.
Commissioner Bisek, Commissioner Griffey.
I don't know if I have questions, but maybe you can illuminate or elucidate.
Okay.
You know, some of the things that we're tracking kind of generally, I don't have specific citations, I want to make very clear, is that people aren't drinking the tap water anymore. They're just not drinking the tap water. And, you know, if they brush their teeth, of course, there's fluoride in the toothpaste. So that's probably or hopefully meeting the oral care need. But more and more people we talk to anecdotally, and we don't have a formal study, is don't drink the drinking water. I mean, and we see that communities along the coast, other than ourselves, have already stopped the fluoride. The fluoride is very, I don't know if you're aware, I'm sure you're aware. You guys seem to know a lot. The fluoride is extremely corrosive, and it causes our equipment that might cycle for years, you know, a half-life. And that's a consideration. I'm not saying that, you know, it's the determination or this and that, but those are the things we're trying to balance. You have any thoughts on any of that?
Yes, sir. There are several water systems, many water systems that are in the process of discontinuing or have already ceased the community water fluoridation program. As far as the corrosivity, it is itself dependent on which type. Like there's the acid, the liquid acid, or there's the powder granules, different types, you know, that you could use depending on which. Yeah, the liquid acid. And again, when it is properly operated, levels properly maintained, and at that 0.7 milligrams per liter, which is the proper dosage, it's safe for people to consume. But you're correct that there are issues with your buildings and things like that, just as there would be with certain other chemicals that if you were to use those.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not trying to build an agenda here. I'm just kind of things that we've talked about amongst ourselves, and if you had anything that you could add to it,
Yes, sir.
that's really all.
Okay.
And thank you.
So what is it corrosive to? Is it the old cast iron pipes, PVC pipes?
I need the engineers for that one.
Metal.
Uh,
The pumps, I understand, correct?
Yeah, the metal part, the buildings, everything.
It destroys everything in close proximity.
Well, sugar. Right. Or we would have no seen it.
Yes, now, what I'm saying is if we have a spill in one of the buildings, it would, you know, the acid that we're putting in the water would easily.
So,
Main thing is, well, the main point is that it destroys the equipment that's used to dosage it, and the pumps are extremely
Let's have the correct
expensive.
dosage.
we are definitely handling at the correct dosage.
We really are. That was one of our first questions, is it the right one?
What pipes would it for? PVC pipes?
No,
It's really,
We're
it's really the
mainly-
machinery that injects,
we're mainly talking about the equipment
the
that's
pumps,
used to distribute that chemical,
right. It tears them down.
and along with the safety of the personnel, of course. It's an acid.
You see, those are things that are not commonly known.
So,
I
so,
think
yes,
not, but
they are not.
there is a lot of information available on the web.
And I would say that I don't recall your system having any issues with having it properly, I'll use the word diluted, because that's basically what it is, to get it down to that 0.7 milligrams per liter.
That's not the issue.
Right, but that full-strength acid is certainly, it's a dangerous
I was about
chemical.
to say,
Like,
you can take it to dangerous.
yeah, just like chlorine can be dangerous.
We are also relying on a metering
Right.
system and metering valves. If they fail,
Hmm.
there's always that possibility of overdose into the system of an extremely corrosive acid, as you just mentioned, in full form. So there's that possibility and that aspect of things as well.
Yes, sir. And, you know, for the systems that have SCADA that is, you know, spot on, it can catch something like that. For a water system where you don't have personnel that are tuned in or personnel available and doing their job correctly, you know, you could have an overfeed. Yes, sir. I can't deny that. I'm not here to argue that couldn't happen.
Right.
But at the proper levels, there's definitely a benefit.
So,
Understood.
if I may, so I'll take it to my summary and just, I'm gonna spend a little bit of time, not a lot, just to, out of fairness. I mean, I don't remember meeting you anyway. I retired as the executive Gulf director for EPA, 33 years. Been through a lot of hearings and prepared to get pretty deep into this one. The fact of the matter is, while that is not dismissive at all, that's not the reason from a both confounding science and business perspective that we would be moving in the direction we're in. I'll give you a few statistics. How well do you know Diamond Head?
I have been here once before, but it's been many
what's
years.
What's
and
the,
it's
what's the average age in Diamond Head?
I would say 55.
53.8, okay. Males are 45 and females are, I'm sorry, it's actually 52.2. Males are 45.2 and 53.8 for females. We have a 14% population of children that would actually meet the threshold for dental development growth. Okay, so these are very important. Yes, ma'am.
Don't we have a lot of younger people?
We have 1,325 children 16 and under in Diamond Head. That's 14%. That's all we have.
Don't we have
The
younger
demographic is changing.
The demographic is changing, okay, but let me continue. Then I'll take your questions. I mean, let me finish my part, and then I'll take your questions in concert with the answers. So, as you're aware, the Diamond Head is hardly alone. This is a national movement. A lot of it featured on the absence, and truly the absence of the science on the impact of fluoride and the pressures, this is not ours, but the pressures on forced medication. Forced medication is the term used in the industry right now. Forced medication, forced to have fluoride in your water. The other thing is, Commissioner Griffey stated, fluoride ingested is not the fluoride that is the most impactful in the with respect to the dental development. It's contact level as with the tap water, and wherein you were dealing in Western Kentucky and other things at a date and time when there was none, the introduction of hygiene products with fluoride, mouthwash, toothpaste, et cetera, had a huge, and still to this day, has the largest impact. We're also not at zero. What is our base level fluoride in the water that we pump?
Without fluorination.
So that's my point. We're not running at a zero basis. We are the second, so you know, Diamond Head, we are the second most affluent incorporated community in the state of Mississippi. If we had 700 more people in the population count, it would show that way when you quizzed it. It doesn't show that way because they hit 10,000 and above, okay? The second most affluent, when you run the other science metrics across these vectors, you find that we also are challengeably the most educated community in the state of Mississippi. Consequent to that, it is pretty safe bet that we have hygiene effects with even our children in those base communities where fluoridated toothpaste, fluoridated mouthwash, fluoridated treatment from their dental work and everything is way above average in that constitution, again, of those numbers. So when you, again, go back and then, so if you, then the other question is, so people understand, even if it was ingested, do you know what the percent of our water that's treated and delivered to the household is actually used as tap water?
It would be a very small percentage.
Under 1%.
Very
Okay.
small.
So now I'm creating fluoridation at 0.7% for 100% of the delivered water for all of those other numbers. You see where this is going?
I do.
Okay. So as a consequence, and the reason I want to have this conversation with you, this is taped.
Okay.
As long as we're having a hearing, I want everybody to be able to pick up on these numbers. The state of Florida, for these same reasons, has banned fluoridation. The state of Utah was the first to ban fluoridation. And there'll be many, 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 many more that will be coming, because it does get all the way down. We can't, against the balanced science, we can't find the arrival of the aha moment that has us going in and purchasing another six-figure round of these pumps, the inability to basically satisfiably secure this material in these hard-to-get times without seeing it going triple, quadruple, and sometimes higher than that in price, to deliver it under 1% to under 14% when we're absolutely knowledgeable that we just don't meet the metrics. So that's where we are. And am I correct also, a little bit, the Senate Bill 2701 really brought this home, apparently passed in July, and it really takes, you're talking about we fall under the regulation, and takes the regulations off the table, if I read that correctly.
I'll be very honest, I'm not familiar with that regulation that you're talking about right there.
Senate Bill 2701 passed in the regular session 2025 and prohibit Mississippi State Board of Health from requiring any public water system to fluoridate. Just reading.
Yes, sir.
So, all that being what it may, I just want you to understand where we come from. If we could deliver a punch for this punch line at these costs, we would. We can't. It doesn't meet the laugh test today, not here. If I was in the Delta, if I was dealing in Greenwood or something, it'd be a different story. Diamond Head just doesn't cut it.
Yes, sir, and I'm not trying to argue,
Mhm.
but I would point out that even though you're only drinking, like you said, most people are using bottled water, many people are, you are getting benefits with that, even when food is cooked with using that water. If you're cooking rice or
So
potatoes,
now
whatever.
that you open that Pandora's box, let's flip that box open.
Okay.
Okay? This is where the confounding science that is beginning to bother the most people comes into fluoride poisoning. The overfluoridation with my toothbrushing and my oral rinse, and now vectoring forced medication into my drinking water, fluoride, with these associated unexplainable spikes in disease and consequence. You see where that's going? And so yes, yeah, it's not the only factor, but I would also tell you just, and that's the reality science. The anecdotal is, if you've been around at least our kids, they're not going to the tap for water. And I realize, and unfortunately here, they're not getting a cooked meal largely at the house. They're going out. Now, if that institution is obviously using that water that's fluorided to cook that soup, that gumbo, whatever, that's a different, I couldn't possibly break that down, but I'm just telling you, what would have been the norm in 1965 looks nothing like today. I mean, there are no relevance to one another in the manner in which consumption is handled. So, and I'm not arguing with you. I just want you to understand that we're just not being those big bad guys at Diamond Head and thinking it just doesn't make business sense. It doesn't.
Yes, sir. And I'm fully acknowledging that it is not a treatment, just like you're saying it's forced medication. You treat to fix problems with the safety of the water, and this is not something that you're treating. You're not treating the water with fluoride to fix a water problem.
Correct. That's absolutely correct. In fact, I think one day, because of my 33-year past, I do think the day will come up where on the rest of that science is actually matured. We're going to come back and this is going to be one of those fiberglass or asbestos issues because we chose these numbers and we chose the factor and the vector in which we would introduce it into the bloodstream. It's just me.
We'll see.
I'm just telling you, I've seen it happen too many times, where it's the after story that everyone goes, uh-oh,
Right.
what happened here? And who was at cause? So,
I'm going to let Ariel, I've
Go ahead, Ariel.
monopolized the microphone.
Sorry.
If Ariel wants to say anything or add anything.
I really don't have much to add. I think you've done your research, and I do appreciate you still hearing us out and what we have to say. She knows a lot more about the, the logistics of how, incorporating fluoride in the water actually works. From a dental aspect, I have seen, I'm from Louisiana originally, the North Shore where it's not fluoridated, and in New Orleans it is fluoridated, and I have seen a difference between their tooth enamel and how much softer it is on the North Shore and how much more dense it can be, in areas and communities that it is fluoridated. With that being said, I'm not here to change your mind, but I'm here in support of water fluoridation, and I agree that, it takes time to see the effects of things, and, the national movement of, not fluoridating anymore, it might just take more time to see what that affects. What
Correct.
effects that has on our communities.
but just to help you, because the other thing I think gets lost in these discussions is, what are we talking about? What is the impact for the cost? What is the cost benefit? Cost benefit is exclusively in this arena. We're not after any other malady other than soft tooth tissue disease, right? In that particular respect, from a business proposition, if we had a large or even semi-large low income community issue, we'd be looking for more direct vector responses to that. Maybe supplying toothpaste, maybe supplying toothbrushes, that kind of thing. We don't have that either. So as I said, and I know as you walk around, and I do absolutely appreciate both of you, and you've been very straightforward and very kind and very upfront. As you walk into some communities, they do not look like us, and we don't look like them. And so my point is, from their business solution is very different and should be treated differently. And other factors, and I have to tell you, again, too many years at that, any institution that plans on hanging on the federal grant as the long-term funding strategy is crazy, because it is never going to happen. It won't even usually outlast its life on the actual introduction. There is no longevity there, so you have to come back and take other measures. So with that being said, we are going, and we do understand the process, and this is one of them, and we're so appreciative of you being here. But there just doesn't seem to be a glide slope for us to keep putting that investment in fluoride for Diamond Head. So, thank you.
We understand. Thank y'all for your time.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Miss, did you have anything else you wanted to comment on or ask? All right. So, that closes down, that's, okay. We do,
We naturally have fluoride in the water.
yeah.
We're having to add it to meet their demands or require, recommendations.
Yeah. So just out of idle curiosity, maybe not so idle, what would be your business case for us keeping that investment going?
I just think it's good for people. I think it's good for teeth. I just think that, but then, I haven't done the studies that you guys have done. Dr. Mike, sit here and argue with me.
No, and I'm not trying to argue, I wanted to hear,
You know what I'm saying.
you're our one public member voicing the, that's right, we're here, so just,
We need to get more people in here.
we try. We try a lot.
He's here every week, every month.
That's right. The gentleman talked to, but, I have to be honest with you. These clearly, because this is actually published, et cetera, we are in that slope. We are in the hearing stage. So my point is, you see what the response is from the community. And,
Responses from y'all.
beg your pardon?
I see responses from y'all.
But I'm saying you don't have any seats. You don't have any seats filled.
So worry about that.
Okay. So don't worry about that, is what you said?
No, I said you're right about that.
Yeah. So without being quipped, to be honest with you, and I mean that sincerely, we have racked our brains as to why in several subjects we have not seen it. And I'm sorry, but you either have to come to one of two ways of looking at that. Just incredible, unchangeable apathy, or they are pleased with the manner in which we're handling, and should be, by the way, pleased with the manner in which we're handling the services to and from the house. So, I mean, there's not a lot in between that. Wouldn't you agree? Huh?
They're getting water.
They're getting water. Yeah, they're moving from other places, and it's the best water they've ever had, and all of that other stuff. Yes.
In many cases, yes.
So, but we thank you for being here.
I understand these people that aren't cooking for their families.
They're at the restaurants, or they're at the Insta Meals, they're at Costco, they're at Sam's, everything out of the freezer. I mean, our ideal thoughts of just those stovetops cooking, steaming, everything happening every evening is not real. Oh, I'd have no doubt. And your address is again where we're gonna be?
I cook mostly Thai food.
Yeah. Now you've even got my attention more now.
Hello.
So, yeah. But again, with the greatest sincerity, thank you for coming, because we're just like thrilled you're here. And you have, so,
I didn't come for fluoride.
yeah. Beg your pardon?
I didn't come for fluoride.
Oh, but you aren't on, you came what?
That was laying out. I didn't come for fluoride.
You're here for something else on the agenda?
No, I don't know about the agenda.
Okay. It's at the door.
I came in the wrong door.
Yeah.
It's my first week in this week.
Oh, okay. Well,
Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome. We hope to see you more.
You probably don't.
All right, well, thank you again. Let's move on. So, that leads us into the construction engineering project, section 6. We will not have any actions this evening, 6.1 through 6.3, so I'll move to 6.4. Lift station number 3, force main project, 6.4A specifically, seeking a motion this evening to approve payment of Seymour Engineering, invoice 9523 in the amount of $7,500 for the period of June 22nd, 2025 through August 16th, 2025, leaving a remaining balance of $41,770 on this contract. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Nolan motions, Commissioner Ertel seconds. All in favor of approval, action signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, and that motion is carried. No 6.5 this evening. Moving us to 6.6. Miscellaneous construction engineering project, 6.6A specifically, seeking a motion to approve payment of Seymour Engineering invoice 9524 in the amount of $600 for lift station number 18 sewer easement survey, which completes task order number 24. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Ertel motions, can I second?
Second.
Commissioner Nolan seconds. All in favor of approval, action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that motion carries. Leading us into section 7, the financials. Docket of claims, 7.1A, seeking a motion to approve payment of the docket of claims in total amount of $309,080.92. Can I get a motion to approve? Commissioner Bisecker motions. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Griffey seconds. All in favor of approval, action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that motion is approved. 7.1B, seeking a motion to acknowledge payment of the unapproved docket of claims as detailed in section 6 that we just went through in the total amount of $8,100. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Ertel motions. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Nolan seconds. All in favor of approval, action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that motion is carried. 7.1C, seeking a motion to approve payment of the customer deposit refund register in the total amount of $417. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Griffey motions. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Bisecker seconds.
Okay.
All in favor of approval, action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that motion is carried.
And one more about
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
That's one of the reasons I'm here, to get my refund
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You're welcome to come pick it up at the office if you'd rather. Just come see me after the meeting and give me your name. Okay, we'll mail it.
I'm gonna hijack this back to the agenda. Bear with me. 7.1D, Treasurer's Report. Madam Treasurer.
Thank you. Our available bank balance as of August 31st, 2025 was $6,582,148.42. Of this available balance, $3,733,818 is budgeted in the 5-year CIP plan. $2,130,667 is for operating and maintenance, and the remaining $717,663 is emergency reserve. The bond principal debt balance is $17,295,000. Our bad debt transfers for August were 0, and year-to-date remains $438.71. Our total revenues for the year are at 90%, which is below the projected budget, mainly due to new connection fees being only at 13% of budget for the year. Our expenses are at 80%, which is also below budget for the year. Our August bill cycle indicates operating revenue did not change from last month, however, indicates there was a 1% increase in operating revenues from the same time last year. Our operating ratio goal is 1.10, and we're at 2.12. Our debt ratio goal is 1.25, and we're at 2.0. And our CIP project spending is at 29% for the year, with approximately 68% carrying over into the next fiscal year, next month. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for the comptroller from the board?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
7.1F, seeking a motion to approve the fiscal year 2025-2026 rate study, Appendix 2, as presented and recommended by Dr. Alan Barfield on August 14th, 2025, effective October 1st, 2025. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Ertel motions. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Nolan seconds. All in favor of approval's action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And that motion carries. 7.1G, seeking a motion to approve the revised Diamond Head Water and Sewer District rate and fee schedule effective October 1st, 2025, as attached here too, and as attached, and authorize the signatures thereof. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Griffey motions. Can I get a second? Commissioner Bisecker seconds. All in favor of approval section signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And that motion carries. 7.1H, motion to approve fiscal year 2025-2026 budget as presented and recommended by district management on August 14th, 2025, effective October 1st, 2025. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Bisecker motions. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Ertel seconds. All in favor of approval section signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that motion is carried. 7.1I, seeking a motion to approve the Wright, Ward, Hatton, and Gould audit engagement letter for the 24-25 annual audit in the amount of $14,500, and to authorize the chairman and the executive director to execute the same. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Ertel motions. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Nolan seconds. All in favor of approval action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that motion carries. That moves us into old business, section 8.1 specifically, seeking a motion to schedule a regular board meeting at 4 p.m. on October 23rd, 2025, to hold a public hearing regarding discontinuation of fluoride at the beginning of the board meeting, and to authorize the advertisement of public notification number 1 as required by the Mississippi Department of Health Bureau of Public Water Supply, policy version 2.6 DLU 092024, as, no need to say as attached here too.
So moved.
Commissioner Griffey motions. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Bisecker seconds. All in favor of approval's action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And that motion is carried. We had an amendment for
Yep.
9. Let me get it back out and reread it, and then I'm sure we'll get into discussion.
It's pretty easy.
Seeking a motion to discuss approval, to approve the City of Diamond Head's request that the Diamond Head Water and Sewer District waive the fees associated with the installation of new water meter that will service the city dog park once constructed. Can I get a motion to either carry on discussion or approve?
Motion to discuss.
I have a motion to discuss from Commissioner Nolan. Can I get a second for that motion?
Second.
Nolan, Ertel. open the discussion now. Actually, let me take the vote. All in favor of approval of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And now we're open for discussion. Commissioner Nolan.
So what would be the outstanding balances the city of Diamond Head owes us at this point?
If we go back to the Colo Court drainage situation, about $40,000. Currently, about 14,000 of that is asphalt paving material that we supplied for their recent 2 phases of asphalt paving.
I would have no problem taking the cost of the meter install off of that amount. That's all the discussion I have.
Well, there's more than happened with that motion, Commissioner Nolan. You basically shut down the motion and carried on an amendment to the manner in which it be responded to.
Would you like me to rephrase?
No, I would not like to rephrase. Let's keep the discussion open a moment.
Okay.
Commissioner Tell,
What are we talking about? How much?
for the meter.
12. It's around $1,200 for tap.
Yeah,
what I
I can
thought.
give you the exact amount in just 1 second.
So, let me, because you can see there's probably gonna be two, with very little in the middle, two competing views on this. Let me try to just prop for the discussion purposes, the competing view. We all have and harbor historic angst over the absence of payment of the city on those outstanding matters. That being what it may, the city's governance was recently changed rather largely. And I doubt seriously that they've delved into anything of this nature with the water and sewer districts in arrears payments. I personally, it's the board's decision, I personally would not like to see picking a scab that hard over $1,200 for a dog park that, by the way, is when it's constructed. I've heard about the dog park for now 3 years, plus, when they're just prepping their path to a dog park that may yet change again before it's over. That being what it may, I'd rather, and this lies I'd actually like more than myself, I'd rather hold over the angst over the arrears bills to a meeting between at least 2 of us and the new governance in the city and see how far we get with that. And I would hold this separately. This is a goodwill action, and we should give goodwill to the city, because we're not punishing the city.
No.
We're punishing each other that way. So that's the opposing
Understood.
view. Others, Commissioner Griffey.
I would vote favorably to waive the fees for installation. I mean, they're not asking for free water
Right.
or anything. They're just saying, hey, if we build the dog park,
Right.
would you install the meter and the associated pipe?
Right.
And waive the fee.
Otherwise, they'd be asking us to just give them a valve and let it go.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
and ask
Here,
for
here you go.
Commissioner-
So I would vote favorably.
Commissioner Busse.
Agreed.
Commissioner
favor.
And Commissioner Nolan.
I'm gonna hold my nay on that one.
You gonna hold your nay?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So since we opened it for discussion, can I get a motion to close the discussion? Commissioner,
So moved.
Second?
actually, I'll just go back to the originals, Commissioner Nolan, Commissioner Ertel. So that reopens the motion read as proffered. And with that being said, and if I understood that withdrawal of the nay, I'd offer that I need a motion to approve as moved.
I'll withdraw my motion.
Okay, so can I get a motion, then let me reread it. Can I get a motion to not discuss, well, actually, this is an action. Can I get a motion to approve, can I get a motion for Diamond Head Water and Sewer to waive the fees associated with the installation of a new water meter that will service the city dog park once constructed?
So moved.
Commissioner
Second.
Griffey, Commissioner Tell, seconds. All in favor of approval of this action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and it carries unanimously.
So is there a committee that's together on the golf cart?
That's the cities. That's a completely
Actually,
different
they
animal.
abolished all the
Yeah,
committees.
that's, yep, that's the whole, are you new to Diamond Head? Beg your pardon?
A year and a half.
Oh, you owe it to yourself to go to the
Mr.
city
Chairman,
council.
they actually,
Yes.
the city actually abolished all their committees.
Did they abolish all their committees? Well, then it would still be worth your while to go to the city.
I would recommend you see the city manager.
Yeah, you could sit down with the city manager
City
and
manager
find
would
out all
answer
about it.
that question.
Yeah, John McCraw.
Yep. All right. All right, so that closes the book of business to the point of adjournment with my reading. The next meeting of the Board of Commissioners scheduled for October 9th, 2025 at 4 p.m. at the Diamond Head City Hall, Council Chambers, 5000 Diamond Head Circle, Diamond Head, Mississippi. With that announcement, I'd seek a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Commissioner Nolan, Commissioner Griffey, seconds. All in favor of approval of action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that.
Gotta hit
concludes
your
meeting.
gavel thing.
Now, your question